meeting, so I just wanted to come by and if y'all had any questions for EMS, you know, about anything, first responder, how we do things, I wanted to be able to address the council. If y'all have any questions?
Any questions for the ETMC side of things on first responders?
I've got one for you, Roy.
Okay.
Chief told us that the ambulance, if it drops down to one in town and Trinity catches a call, I know we're posted one lady pretty regular.
Yeah.
With our first responder program beginning, is there any possibility that ambulance is going to be staged further south from Crockett?
Now, what we're doing now is the same we've been doing since we took over the EMS here. I've been here 17 years, so I think they took it over the same year I came in, maybe a couple of years before, not real sure. The only thing that's been changed for the city of Crockett, as far as EMS, and it was for the better, was when I took over as supervisor, I lobbied, you was on the fire department, I think, to have that call truck turn into a 24-hour truck. So what we did was we had one duty truck here in the city, and they ran all the calls, you know, county too, you know, they was running in the county. And whenever they were either on a call or they got transferred to go out of town or they went out into the county, the call truck was called in. Now that call truck was called in and they had 20 minutes to respond to the station, okay? So then it was another however long it took to get to the patient. So what I did was lobby to Tyler and said, look, here, and sometimes we can just present things and show them the significance of everything. Your bosses kind of go, okay, this works. And that's what happened. You know, we all talked about it. They said they had the thought anyway, but since we put it together and presented it to them, they said, okay, we're going to take this call truck and make it a full-time 24-hour truck. So now you have in Crockett. We still run the county, we still post, Trinity posts for us, but the way our system status management works, and I think the mayor's been there, and Robert, I know you have been, and I invite anybody else who would like to come and see our operation, but you can see our dispatch, and the way our system works under system status management is that when one truck moves, and our trucks move, and we get down to a low level in one of our areas, we start shifting trucks down. Pointless to send a truck from Tyler to here. That's an hour and a half away. So what we do is we send the closest truck, which is Alto. We start moving them down here. Then Russ moves to Alto. Jacksonville moves to Russ. Troop moves to Jacksonville, or Bullard moves to Jacksonville. White House to Troop. You know, we just kind of tier it all the way down. And so within less than 30 minutes, we can have a truck within the area. And we use Alto quite a bit. And when we know we have transfers that are going out that are scheduled, we start moving trucks around because we want to keep our citizens covered. Now, nobody can do 100% of the time. It's just not feasible. I don't care who you are. I don't care how great you are. It's just not going to happen. That's why all our contracts state that we will staff to the necessity of the community. And we do. And we also state that we will meet or exceed our response times, which is the national average, is 8 minutes and 59 seconds. And that's not just a Texas average, it's a national average. It was created and done and accepted by the American Ambulance Association. And what they did, I think the Fire Association too has accepted that same rule. Now that's within the city limits, okay? When you get out to county, rural, remote, of course it takes longer to get there, so you have to extend the time. So what happens is, the 8 minutes and 59 seconds, we meet or exceed that 90% of the time. Now, I know we don't have time compliance in our contract with the city, but that doesn't stop us from meeting or exceeding these time compliance. See, just because we don't state it in the contract in certain cities, does not mean that we want those cities to suffer less of a response time than the rest of them.
So other cities do have this time?
Not all of them, but some do.
That is an option?
Right. And most of the cities that don't are the ones that don't pay a subsidy. You know, and I mean, it costs a lot of money to run a service. So if we have to put a truck here and just say it can't go outside the city limits of Crockett, it's going to cost. You know, which is going to probably, I'm not going to say it's going to require a subsidy, but I'm not going to say it's not either. I don't make that decision.
I'd be curious if it's possible to get some kind of figure. What that.
I can go to Tyler and asked them what it would cost to keep a truck within the city
At the time we
limits at
looked
all
at
times.
before, I can't remember what the cost was for that.
It was substantial,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so.
But it's worth looking
It's
at.
less than running your own, but it's more than you probably want to pay too. You know, and you know, you get the milk for free, so why buy the cow? You know, basically. I mean, I don't know any other analogy to put it like that, but I mean, with the healthcare changes, things change, you know, but right now, we're not going anywhere, you know, unless you guys throw us out. And I hope that don't come, because I think we're doing a pretty good job. I've looked at our figures. We run an average of about 105 calls a month inside the city. That's total, okay, within the city limits. And probably about 20% of those are priority one calls. And we meet or exceed the time compliance. We do miss a couple, you know, where we're a little late, but that's going to be expected because you're not going to make 100%. But we are usually around 94 to 95% as far as our time compliance.
One more question for you.
Sure.
And this, and to me,
Oh, that's okay.
I had a citizen come up and ask me this, and when they've read some of this in the newspaper, they told me that they were at the membership of East Texas Medical Center, or and I think it was on the water.
Yeah, the membership program.
So
You know,
they
I
said they
don't-
were on that, but then their insurance got billed for ambulance transport, so
Yeah,
I wasn't aware of that, so I was kind of curious how that works.
Well, the way I tell everybody, because they seem to understand it better, treat the membership program as like, okay, you have a Medicare and you have a supplement insurance, treat it as a supplement, okay? What Medicare don't pay, the membership's gonna pay, okay? It's like your insurance. If your insurance pays 80%, the membership's gonna pay the other 20%. Okay, Medicaid patients, we don't allow them to be on the membership for one reason. Medicaid pays all of it, pays 100%. And why should you buy something that your insurance is going to pay 100% of?
So if you have the membership, it will go ahead and bill your insurance, but they're not gonna personally come after you for.
Right, and if you have a membership and you get a bill, because sometimes things happen, you know, in the billing process, all you gotta do is just call them up and say, hey, I'm a member, and they're gonna take it. Now, there's two types of membership programs. There's one with insurance and there's one without insurance. The one without insurance is a certain amount, but you're still gonna be responsible for a certain amount of the bill. And I don't know what those percentages are. I mean, it's on that brochure,
Okay.
you know, and it's in the advertising. But if you have insurance, yeah, we're gonna bill your insurance. What your insurance doesn't pay, then we're going to, you know, the membership part will pay for it. And that comes out of that program.
What percentage of our residents join the membership, Roy? Do you have any idea?
You know, unfortunately, it's very low.
Low.
I'm not real sure, but on the average in most cities, it's less than 5%.
Really?
Yeah, it's very low. And it's really disheartening because, you know, it's a really good program. You know, I mean, you get a bill that's $500 or $1,000, you know, and your insurance pays for it, and then, you know, they pay 80% of that 1,000, and then there's the other 20%, and the membership picks that up. So you're $60 for that year, just paid the other $200. So that's what, 2.5, 3 years worth of membership that you just.
So,
And then if you use it, and if you're, you know, I hate to say it, but if you're elderly, you know, and you have a use of the several EMS bills, or, you know, it pays for Air One, it pays for, I mean, it's a really good program, you know, so.
any more questions for Roy? Roy, thank you for being here tonight. Appreciate you.
Council, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And you're gonna enjoy your first responder, I promise you, it's gonna be a good deal.
Johnny Clark, welcome, Johnny.
So, well, I'm here tonight. I spoke